The maintenance of sound mental health is essential to achieving a state of complete wellness. Emerging research reveals that diet may have a significant impact on our psychological well-being. This is in addition to the contributions that things like genetics, environment, and lifestyle make to mental health. This video explores the complex relationship that exists between specific meals and mental health, and it emphasizes how essential it is to steer clear of foods that can act as triggers in order to maintain a healthy mind. Link between the gut and the brain. The idea that there is a connection between the gut and the brain has received a lot of attention in recent years. The gastrointestinal tract, also known as the second brain, is home to an intricate neural network that communicates in both directions with the central nervous system. This communication takes place via the vagus nerve in addition to a number of different neurotransmitters, highlighting the close connection that exists between the gut and the brain. Nutrient-rich foods for mental health. It is well known that eating a diet rich in nutrients is critical for maintaining overall health, and recent research has shown that particular nutrients play an important part in fostering mental well-being. There is evidence that eating foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as fatty fish, flax seeds, and walnuts, can lower one's risk of both depression and cognitive decline. The role of sugar and processed foods. The current diet places an overwhelming dependence on processed foods and added sugars, which has generated worries regarding the influence these foods have on mental health. A high consumption of sugar has been linked to inflammation, insulin resistance, and an increased likelihood of experiencing mood problems. The fast spikes and dips in blood sugar levels that accompany a diet high in sugar might lead to irritation, weariness, and difficulty concentrating on one thing. In addition, the use of refined carbohydrates and processed foods may lead to dysregulation of blood sugar levels, which in turn has an effect on the activity of neurotransmitters. This dysregulation can make symptoms worse in those who already have mental health disorders, and it also has the potential to contribute to the development of mental health conditions in other people. Caffeine and alcohol moderation. Consuming caffeine and alcohol in excessive amounts might have a harmful impact on mental health, even if consuming them in moderation is often thought to be appropriate. When ingested in excessive amounts, caffeine, which is a stimulant for the central nervous system and is present in beverages like coffee, tea, and energy drinks, can contribute to increased anxiety and interrupted sleep patterns. Gluten and mental illness. The influence that gluten can have on one's mental health is an important factor to take into consideration for those who suffer from gluten intolerance or celiac disease. Gluten is a type of protein that can be found in grains like wheat, barley, and rye. It is possible for some people to have harmful psychological consequences when they consume gluten. The influence of food allergies and intolerances. Both food allergies and intolerances can have a significant negative effect on a person's mental health. In addition to manifesting themselves as bodily symptoms, allergic reactions to particular foods can also appear as shifts in mood and in the ability to think clearly. In addition, people who have dietary intolerances, such as a sensitivity to specific food additives or lactose intolerance, may have mental health symptoms such as irritation and exhaustion. Mediterranean diet and mental health. The Mediterranean diet, which is defined by a high intake of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and olive oil, along with a moderate consumption of fish, chicken, and wine, has received attention for its possible advantages to mental health. This is because the Mediterranean diet is known to include a high intake of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and olive oil. According to the findings of a number of research, adhering to a Mediterranean diet is associated with a lower risk of both depression and cognitive impairment. Individual variability and personalized nutrition. It is essential to recognize that the effects of different diets on one's mental health might vary greatly from person to person. Individual heterogeneity can be attributed to a number of factors, including but not limited to heredity, pre-existing health issues, and personal tolerance levels. It is important to emphasize the importance of individualized diet, because what works for one person may not work for another person. Dietary decisions are an important factor to consider when trying to improve one's mental health. A person's mood, cognitive performance, and overall psychological well-being can be positively or negatively impacted by the meals they eat. For a healthier mind, it is important to prioritize a diet that is rich in nutrients, to acknowledge the relationship between the stomach and the brain, and to avoid foods that are considered to be triggers, such as processed meals, excessive sweets, and allergens. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.